everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. So as you can tell from the title, in today's video we're going to be talking all things living on your own, because I've lived on my own in this flat that I'm currently in for about 4 months now, and I thought it was about time I sat down and chatted to you guys about the pros and the cons of living on your own. I know a lot of people say to me like, oh, I don't know how you live on your own, I'd get really bored and lonely, and there's a lot of like questions and kind of things to chat about when it comes to living in a flat or a house on your own. And today I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys a little bit more about how I've personally found it so far, any tips and tricks that I've got to give you guys. Maybe you're interested in moving out and you want to live on your own and you want to kind of get a little bit more information and somebody else's perspective on that topic. So that's what this video is going to be all about today. Go and grab yourself a tea or a coffee, get some snacks, get comfortable. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I've made a list on my phone of all of the things I kind of want to talk about. I've got a few pros and a few cons that I just want to share with you guys. So before we get started, I just wanted to mention that this video is very, very kindly sponsored by Analuisany. They are a jewellery brand. They are an amazing brand that I've worked with before, and when they got in contact with me I was super excited to work with them again. So they are basically a sustainable jewellery brand that offer so many beautiful pieces of jewellery. I've got on a few today. So this necklace, oh, what is going on with my hair? This necklace that I've got on today is actually from Analuisany, and I've also got some really beautiful little earrings. I will do some close-up shots and insert them here so you can see them better. But yeah, as you guys know, I've got quite a few piercings on my ears and I tend to switch up the jewellery quite a lot. I'm loving gold jewellery at the moment, so as you'll see, everything I'm wearing is gold, and I got to choose out a few pieces which was so lovely of them. So I've got a few of their earrings in today which I love. I put them in this morning and I feel like I'm not going to take them out for a while because I'm loving them, and yeah, also loving this necklace as well. So yeah, like I said, Analuisany are a really great sustainable brand. They've got so many beautiful pieces of jewellery on their website. I definitely recommend heading over to their Instagram and checking out that, because their feed is beautiful. They've got so many inspirational photos over on there. Their jewellery also varies in price, which I think is really important to mention. Obviously Christmas is coming up and everybody's got different budgets and things like that on what they would like to spend on a piece of jewellery or on a gift for somebody. So they have pieces on their website that vary from super affordable to a little bit higher priced, but everything they offer is super good quality. And yeah, what I love about the brand is that they are a sustainable brand, so you know you're buying your jewellery from a company that really care about the planet. Another thing I love about the brand is that they design their products to kind of be stacked up, which is a look that I personally really love. So like I said, with my ear, I've got quite a few piercings all up the side of my ear, and I tend to wear quite a collection at any one time. So they kind of design their products to look really great together. So as you can see, I've got a load in my ear right now and they all complement each other really well, so I kind of love that look. They also have the same kind of idea in mind when they're designing their necklaces, rings, bracelets, all that good stuff. So definitely make sure that when you finish watching this video you head down to the description box and you check out their website. I've also got some really great offers that I will put down there for you guys, so make sure you check that out. Also make sure you check out their Instagram, because like I said, it is beautiful. But yeah, thank you so much again to Analuisany for sponsoring this video. I'm super excited to be working with you guys again, and I think this is such a great time to be talking to you guys about the brand, because any of their pieces of jewellery would make a beautiful Christmas present. And I will also link the pieces of jewellery that I'm wearing in today's video down below in case you like any of those. But yeah, anyway, so in today's video I really wanted to talk to you guys about living on your own. So a little bit of a backstory, I'm not going to go on for too long, but I have lived on my own in this flat for about 4 months now. In general, I absolutely love it and I don't really have a lot of issues with living on my own, but I know there are quite a few kind of points that people worry about if they are going to live on their own. Like before I moved in here, I definitely had my doubts and kind of thought, oh, like, am I gonna enjoy being on my own like 24/7? But that's what I'm gonna cover in today's video. So yeah, grab yourself a cuppa and let's get on with the video. So I'm gonna start off with my pros list, because I think for me, it's been a really positive experience so far, and I want to share the positives with you before I talk about any negative points of living on your own. So let's get started with the pros. The first thing I've written down is that all of the space is yours and you make all of the decisions in your living space, which I have found to be such a positive for me. I love decorating and making my space look exactly how I want, and obviously when you are the only person living in your flat or your house, you can make the decisions about absolutely everything. So I've been able to decorate my bedroom exactly how I want to, my kitchen, my living room, like all of my living space is mine, and I can do exactly what I want with it, which for me is a huge bonus, because I love kind of like switching around my living space and kind of like playing around with how I want it to look. So yeah, for me that's been a huge thing. Also, I've just put up my Christmas tree, and the date is currently the 17th of November, so that's probably a bit early for most people, but I really wanted to put my tree up. So I went and bought a tree and I put it up in November, because why the hell not? I just think like little decisions like that, you can make it. You've got nobody judging you, nobody telling you you can or can't do anything. Like everything you want to do, you can do. You can make your space look however you want to. So I just think that's a really great positive. And if you are like me and you like to kind of design your space and move things around and switch things up a bit, you have got full freedom to do that, and nobody can tell you that you can't. So yeah, also another thing about the whole like freedom thing is that you can do whatever you want whenever you want. So like if you want to cook yourself some pasta to eat at midnight, you can do it and nobody is going to judge you. You can play your music as loud as you want. You can play whatever music you want to listen to. You can watch whatever film you want, watch whatever you want on TV. You can literally do whatever you want at any time of the day, and nobody's going to judge you. Sometimes I don't get up till, well, we're not even going to talk about it, but I can just do whatever I want all the time and nobody's judging me. Like I don't have to fit to anyone else's standards. So yeah, that's my first pro. My second one is kind of very similar, but I've written that nobody is judging what you're doing. You have full freedom. Again, like you can literally do whatever you want 24 hours a day and nobody's going to judge you. So I just think that that is such a great thing, and something that I definitely take for granted. I think I still kind of have it programmed in my brain that I should have a routine and that I should do things at certain times of the day, but realistically I can do whatever I want whenever I want. Like I'll let you in on a secret. It's currently 11 o'clock and I've not eaten breakfast yet. I've had 2 coffees this morning and I've just been listening to music and like dancing around my flat, and I don't have to do anything at a certain time. I can get a takeaway whenever I want and no one's going to judge me if it's like 9 o'clock in the evening. A lot of these things I say I don't actually do, but I just think it's really important to remember that you have full freedom with everything, which I just think is great. My next pro is that you can invite whoever you want over without asking. Now I know that kind of sounds a little bit childish, like obviously when you get to an adult age you don't really have to ask to invite anyone over, but obviously if you are living with flatmates or housemates or with your family, if you want somebody to come over, you've kind of got to make sure that that's okay with everyone else, or you've got to fit in with other people's routines, whereas I don't have to do that now. If I want one of my friends to come over, obviously not at the moment because we're in lockdown, but in normal circumstances, if I want somebody to just come over, they can. Like I don't have to check with anyone. I can, you know, have friends come over and stay, and it's not inconvenient for anybody, and it's like my decision fully who comes over, when they come over, and I just think that's so great, and I cannot wait for lockdown to be over so I can start having friends and stuff over again, because like when I first moved in here, obviously we still had to stick to the under 6 people rule, but I don't have that many friends anyway, so it's fine. But yeah, like I would have friends over quite a bit for drinks and stuff, and like it just didn't matter what time they were here until. It didn't matter if we were being a bit noisy or like if we were drinking and stuff. Like it's literally just us and it's my own space and I can do whatever I want with it. So yeah, I think that's definitely a huge bonus. The next one is that you don't have to fit in with anyone else's routine. So for example, like if you're sharing a flat or a house with other people and you've got to maybe fit in with their schedule when you eat, I just clicked my finger. You might have to fit in with other people's schedules, kind of like when you're eating your meals, or if you need to wait for other people to have a shower and you want to have a shower, or like using the bathroom and stuff like that. There are so many things that you kind of have to fit in with someone else's routine if you live with them, and I don't have that anymore. Like I can make up my routine, it can be whatever I want. I don't have to wait for someone to finish using the bathroom or to finish showering, or I don't have to wait to cook my dinner because someone else is in the kitchen. When I was at uni and I was in halls and then I shared a house for a little bit, obviously there were times then where I would be like, oh, I'm really hungry, I want to make dinner, but there'd be people in the kitchen, so I'd kind of have to wait a bit longer, like, and yeah, just silly little things like that that you have to kind of rely on other people and fit in with their routine. You don't have to do that if you live on your own. And the last pro that I've written is you can control how clean and tidy everything is, which is a huge thing for me. So when I lived in halls, I was okay because we had a cleaner coming in quite a lot and they would like clean up generally like everyone's mess and stuff, so that was fine. Obviously when I moved into a shared house, that was not the case, and that was one of the main reasons why I didn't live there for very long, was because I just can't deal with other people's mess. And I know that's like a very personal thing, not everybody is like that at all. Some people don't really care, some people find ways to like work around it, but for me, I do, like, hands up, I like things to be the way that I like them. You know, I like to have my space very clean and tidy. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I will be messy, like I will have a shower, take my clothes off, and those clothes will probably stay on the floor for a few days if I'm feeling extra lazy, but in general I like my space to be clean and tidy, and I don't really get on well with the idea of someone else kind of having control of that space being messy or not. So you know that if something is messy in the flat, it's your own mess and you can only be mad at yourself for it. So it's, I don't know, I feel like you're never gonna have, like, you can't have arguments with anybody because of like mess or because of like different ways of living. You've literally only got yourself to blame if you leave a mess in your own space. So I think for me that was a really important one. You know, I can kind of control how clean and tidy things are, and if I give the flat a really good thorough clean, I know that it's going to stay clean and nobody can come in and like mess it up and like ruin hours of cleaning that I've just done. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I haven't explained it very well, but I just think for me that was a huge one. And like knowing that if I go and buy like toilet roll, kitchen roll, like cleaning products, I'm going to be the only one using those. So if I run out and then I realise I've run out and I haven't got any left, it's only my fault, and I then can't like argue with somebody or fall out with somebody else or kind of be like a bit annoyed that someone else has used up the last of this or the last of that. Like, it is all down to you. So they are all of my positives. Obviously I think there are probably quite a few more, but you get the gist of it. I really enjoy living on my own. I think for me, I can just do whatever I want at any time of the day. Everything is my own problem and nobody else's, and I just really like it. Also, I would say that like having time on your own, I know for some people they really struggle with that, and I completely understand that. For me personally, it's been really good to have a lot of time on my own and spend a lot of time just like enjoying my own company. I feel like it makes you grow quite a lot as a person, just like being used to your own company and being with your own thoughts and becoming really comfortable with that. So yeah, for me that's been a huge thing. So yeah, in general I have loved it, but now I am going to talk to you guys about some cons that I have come up with, because obviously it's not great all of the time. So the first one is kind of obvious, but it's more expensive to live on your own. You are paying all of your rent, all of your bills, all of your things like Wi-Fi and council tax, and if you go and do a food shop, you're paying for all of it yourself, and if you want to kind of buy any household bits like furniture and things like that, it's all down to you, which is kind of good and also kind of bad. It means you don't have to rely on other people to pay, you know, their share of things, but also it does make it more expensive. So that's just one thing to obviously bear in mind. The next thing is, again, kind of good and bad, but it's you have to do all of the housework, all of the cooking, all of the cleaning, which personally I don't mind, but it can get a little bit tedious, I'm not gonna lie. The amount of washing up I do is crazy. I do all of my washing, all of my washing up. I clean my flat every single day. I will at least like clean a bathroom or hoover, or you know, be cleaning the surfaces or something. Like, I have to do a lot of cleaning, which is fine because I really enjoy cleaning, but for some people I know that that can kind of get a little bit like, oh, I just want someone else to come and contribute to the cleaning. So yeah, you just have to bear in mind that you are going to be doing all of the household work yourself, which for me personally, not an issue. I love doing it myself because then I know I've done it to how I like it to be done. But I know for some people they'd just be like, oh, I just want to share the cleaning chores with another person. And obviously like cooking for myself all of the time, again, I really love cooking, so it's not really an issue, but I do get days where I'm like, I just want someone else to cook a meal for me, or like I just wish that, you know, if I'm cooking a really nice meal, I kind of wish that there was someone else there that could enjoy it with me. Like sometimes I will put so much effort into making my dinner or making like a breakfast or a lunch or doing some baking, and then I'm the only person enjoying it, and I feel like that's a good reason for me to film what I eat. I don't know where that comes from in my head, but I feel like one of the reasons I really enjoy filming like what I eat in a day videos or doing baking videos is because then I feel like I've sort of shared the effort a little bit with somebody, and someone else has actually seen what I've made, rather than me just spending hours cooking and then eating it and then I'm like, oh well, I enjoyed that all by myself and no one else even got to see it. So yeah, I think that kind of gets a little bit boring sometimes, and that's why I end up getting a takeaway probably like once a week, because, you know, it gets a bit boring cooking for yourself. Also, I really appreciate it now when I go home and visit my family and my mum cooks dinner for me. I literally love it and appreciate it so much, because like it's just so nice to have a break from cooking, because you get bored of your own food. The next thing is, again, kind of obvious, and I think this is like the main thing that people worry about when it comes to living on their own, is that they're going to get bored or lonely. And hands up, I think everybody who lives on their own, even if you don't live on your own, you can still get bored and lonely. I don't really get bored. Like, don't get me wrong, there are times where I'm like, oh, I don't really know what to do, but I am quite good at keeping myself entertained, keeping myself busy. I feel like I've always got something to do, whether that is cleaning or like moving my room around, doing washing. I can like watch YouTube videos, read a book, I can film a video, I can go for a walk, I can go and see friends. There is always something that I can be doing, so I don't really get that bored. But the whole lonely thing is a different story. Like, yeah, of course I get lonely, and especially at the moment with lockdown going on, it's really hard to see people. So yeah, obviously at the moment I feel like it's a little bit of a different situation, but in normal circumstances I find it absolutely fine, because I just make sure that I've always got plans to either see my family, see my friends, go out on dates and stuff like that, like just keeping myself really busy and meeting up with people, making plans, making sure that you do make the effort to socialise, and that you don't just sit in your flat or your house on your own, kind of consuming that loneliness. And obviously you've got like FaceTime and stuff, like if ever I'm feeling a little bit down, or if I want to chat to somebody, or I kind of wish that there was somebody there to talk to, I will just FaceTime my friends or FaceTime my mum or my sister. Like, there's always somebody you can talk to. And I also think that's another reason why YouTube videos are so good, because if you're feeling a bit lonely, if you just sit and watch like someone else's video, it does actually make you feel less alone, because you feel like you're sat there kind of like having a chat with someone. So yeah, I find it absolutely fine. Obviously at the moment it's kind of tricky. I think also it's just a learning curve, like getting used to your own company is something that I am now used to, and I do really enjoy it. But yeah, you can just always make plans to see other people. And then my last con is a bit of a funny one, and people are going to be like, are you a child? But it gets so quiet in this flat that the smallest of noises scares the absolute crap out of me. Like I, for example, was having a shower last night. I was washing my hair and I had my washing machine on downstairs, and it was quite late at night, and I was doing some washing, and my washing machine is so noisy, and I was in the shower and I kept forgetting that my washing was on, and I kept hearing all of these really strange noises, and I was getting so scared. I had to keep turning the shower off and being like, what is that noise? I kept thinking in my head I could hear somebody talking, or like I could hear like doors and stuff opening and shutting, which when you're on your own is very scary. And the amount of scenarios I've made up in my head that somebody is either going to come in and murder me or break into my flat, or like, I don't know, you just think up these most ridiculous scenarios and then you really get worried about them. Or like sometimes I get really scared about like, I like overthink what I would do if that situation were to happen, and then I get a bit scared, and like, but you just have, you get used to it, you do. But my flat makes very strange noises. Like when I'm lying in bed at night, it makes the weirdest noises. I think it's like the heating and the plumbing and stuff, but it like, I don't know, it sounds like there's somebody above me, which there isn't because I'm on the top floor, but it sounds like somebody is above me, like walking around and stuff. And when I first moved here, I found that so difficult. I didn't sleep very well for quite a while when I first moved here. I now keep my bedroom door open. I used to shut it, but then I'd be really scared that there was somebody out there and I couldn't see, so now I keep it open. Anyway, you get used to it, but it is just one of those things that people don't really tell you about that when you live on your own. Like, every little noise scares you and you overthink everything majorly, so that's just one thing to bear in mind. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and you found it helpful or useful in some way at all. But do let me know down below in the comments if you live on your own and you've got any like tips or tricks, or if you've kind of got any more pros and cons that you want to discuss. We can have a little chat down below in the comment section, and also if you are thinking of like moving out on your own or anything and you've got any other questions, just DM me on Instagram or like leave a comment down below and I will always reply to you. So yeah, I hope that this video was helpful and I hope you enjoyed it. Again, thank you so much to Anna Louisa for sponsoring this video. I'm absolutely loving this jewellery. I feel like I'm not going to take these earrings out for a super long time, and I will leave everything relevant in the description box, so make sure you go and check that out in a second, and I will see you very soon with another video. Goodbye!